Okay, checking. See what it has to say. Latest uploads. It should be streaming right now. Check the phone.
Woman after witnessing woman yelling to a stranger. You should try meditating, you angry bitch. Woman yelling. Of course I meditated. It's 2019.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Watch my channel. Make sure. Yep. Okay, we are live. Yay. How do I post that link? All right. Incognito. YouTube. Videos. Paste. Or refresh. Wait. Channels. Home. Refresh. That's not good, kitten. Why is it not showing here?
Other than doing the drive 4 times today, how cute.
There we go. Hang on. Okay. Go on Facebook. And that's not going to work. Go on Facebook. And all right. Seems to be doing a thing. Close that. Here. Is that the dog? It is the dog. Or is that the cat? Oh, weird. Cat's weird.
They sneeze also?
That was just a big sneeze. Okay. Turn that down to balance the lighting. Get rid of that chair. Lower the lighting a little more. Echo, go, echo. Live chat. There we go. How am I gonna where? There we go. Turn that on. Lighting looks good. Says there's one viewer, which is probably the phone. Yes, because separate. Okay, everyone, it's Dan, and tonight I am doing my second live cooking stream on YouTube. I've posted a link in Facebook, so if you see it there, great. And if you happen to join me over here, that's even better. Funny enough, after my first attempt the other day, I did get a couple of my work comrades give comments to me, so they kind of checked it out. So thank you for checking it out and giving me some feedback. Tonight's meal, if you heard that, that was the dog. He's going a little crazy. Tonight's meal, again hosted by Good Food, is Hoisin glazed pork chops. Again, standard recipe card from Good Food. Lighting, there we go. Directions are on the back. According to this, cooking time should be about 30 minutes. Feeds 2 and 710 calories per serving. Pardon me. So, yeah, it does have a little blurb on it that says a few small details can elevate an ordinary recipe to impressive culinary experience. Tonight, pork chops are glazed in garlic, soy, ginger, and hoisin sauce, while crunchy dried cucumbers are combined with finger lime caviar, the little pearls of pulp encased in this amazing fruit. This is my wife and I were talking yesterday about that, and it's going to be very interesting to see what they're actually talking about. Yeah. For an elegant and fresh touch, ginger red kale is paired up with fluffy jasmine rice to complete this polished dish. Bold flavors and contrasting textures make a gourmet meal that is as beautiful as it tastes. So, I'm hungry. Let's get started. Cook the rice. I've already set my pork chops aside because I wasn't convinced I was going to stream it right away. So lucky for all of us, I had. Again, when you get a box from Good Food, it comes every individual meal, with the exception of the proteins, come in a neat little bag that is recyclable. So in this bag, we have our hoisin sauce. We have a bag of, that's got to be the jasmine rice. The nastiest looking piece of ginger I've ever laid eyes on. Ugh. A dried slug? Oh wait, that can't be a dried slug. What is this?
The lime.
A finger lime. It literally looks like, hang on. It looks like a dead slug. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, odd. We have got soy sauce reduced in sodium. I don't know why they can't call it low sodium soy sauce, but here we go. We have, again, the smallest cucumber I've seen. Mild Levant spice. Looks colorful inside. You're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but there you go. And there's the other lime. Finger lime number 2. Kind of looks like a little gherkin dill pickle. And 2 cloves of garlic. I'm just going to get the kale out of the way. Alright, let's put that there. So, first thing we need to do, cook rice. I know that's really hard. I'm going to cheat and use the rice cooker. Not that cooking rice is particularly difficult, but this lets me just set it up and go. Pork. So the pork, as normal, does come separate. Pulled that out of the fridge. It's stored in the box with the ice packs, so it's pretty good like that. Measure cup. Not that I need to measure it. I'm putting, what is it? 1 knuckle of water to something. Little thing. I'm going to put 1 cup of water. What if it says on the recipe? 1.5 cups. Huh? Okay, that was a 2 cup. So we can use that. We're going to put that in there. That goes in the bag for recycling. Good little mix. Now, one thing we have noticed at Chateau de Dan is the rice cooker spits out of the little tiny hole out of the top of the lid for venting. Tends to sputter a little bit when it gets going. It makes it a bit of a mess. Moving right along. Mise en place. It said that in the last recipe too, didn't it? What does that mean?
What?
Mise? Yeah, it does. Mise en place. It's on.
Well, this is French.
Pardon?
It's French.
Yeah, well, yes.
No, like the company.
Well, it's either the worst typo on every recipe or I don't even know. It says that on every recipe card, so I don't know what it means. Yeah, I'll look it up some other time. While the rice cooks. Pardon?
It's a French culinary phrase.
Is it? Meaning
Put
what?
everything in its place. Preparation.
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 Preparation. Mise en place. Alright, so moving right along, here's my knife. Trim both ends of the finger lines. Ooh, it's tougher than I expected. It looks like lime. Shocking.
Not just that.
Ooh, you can certainly smell it though. Wow. Okay, so until YouTube decides to forward smells, you're going to have to really count on me. That's a really strong smell for a lime. Gently squeeze along the length of each finger line pod to empty out the pulp. I see this backfired very quickly. Ugh.
Roll it first to loosen it.
Alright, so I'm going to use the small one.
Did you hear me?
No.
Roll it first to loosen it.
She said to roll it first to loosen it. Although, frankly, even just cutting off the ends, it's kind of squeezing out the sides. If you can see, you're not going to be able to tell on the camera. Oh yeah, I'll silhouette it on the... You can kind of see them, so this might not be as hard as it feels. And it is a very roe-like or caviar texture. And even just at the lightest squeeze, it is... They're just coming out. I don't even know. Look at this. Okay, get right up close to the camera. So as I roll it in my fingers, it's just oozing out the sides. I probably could have done that with just one end, but that's how it's working. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Strange. I don't know if I like it. It's kind of weird. But it's very interesting. Never expected this out of a fruit. So, enjoy that. Okay. Then we've got the next one, and I'm literally just rolling it in my fingers, cylindrically. Kind of like that. And just go. This one's a lot larger. And I'm afraid I'm going to rupture them, but we will have to see what happens. But if I keep rolling it like this, this might be what they intended. I thought it wanted, maybe crush from one end to another. It seems to work just as well. They're certainly not as delicate as I expected. And it's not oozing juice, which is what I originally expected. I can feel some of them pop as I squeeze it, but they're not. It's not like you're grabbing a normal lime and just going and juicing the lime at all conventionally. It's kind of weirding me out. And then that looks like the end of this one. So that's two of them. That's odd. Okay, so that's I don't even know how to describe what I just did. Gently squeeze a little bit of empty it out. Discard the empty pod. Yep. Remove and discard the kale stems. Finally chop the leaves. So that's not exactly the nicest looking kale I've ever seen either. Is kale good for dogs? Is kale good for dogs? Should I set it aside?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So there's the stem. So the kale has certainly seen better days. It's not it's not in horrible shape, but I'm not incredibly impressed with what we've gotten this far from good food. Cat sneezed. So, first comment of the two live streams. Hi, Ashes and Embers. Yeah, well, you know, they say kale's good for you. But, so they say kale isn't good for anyone, LOL. So you're either tuning in randomly, which, hey, cool, or you're a friend from Facebook, at which point I say thanks for tuning in also. Letting me know in chat, just, I don't know, or come see me at work tomorrow. Alright, so that is the kale leaves all stemmed. I'm going to get a bigger knife. Okay, I do like to pimp my my cool Starfrit ceramic knives. I don't know why I love them. Maybe it's the uniqueness, but I am a fan. Finally chop the leaves. Then I'm going to small dice the cucumber, peel and mince the ginger and the garlic. So I will be using the zesting tool. That's a lot of ginger to use that on. Yeah, I'll probably just do that with the garlic and then really mince the ginger very fine with my knife.
No, you won't
So I'm just chopping my kale leaves. Now, kale I thought was really tough. Maybe this is because it is a red kale, but it's actually not as tough as I expected, or have been conventionally exposed to. Kale almost seems like a nasty plant with super hard leaves, but this is actually quite soft. So I'm assuming that's the red kale at work. Friend on Faceballs. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, friend on Facebook. I will put that right back in the bowl that it came from. Alright, moving right along. We got the cucumber. Did it want me? Small dice. Okay, so I'm just dicing the cucumber. I'm not peeling it. I'll chop the ends because I can go over there for dogs. And that is actually curved, so it's going to be a little awkward. So, do this, chop, chop, chop. And other half. And then I these up a little bit more, which I probably should have thought about before slicing them that small. Then, okay, the rice I start to hear boiling. That would have been nice to know ahead of time. In a small bowl, I'm going to combine the cucumbers, half the finger line caviar, and 1/2 of the soy sauce with oil to make a crispy salad, and some salt and pepper, which typically these are seasoned well enough that I don't add salt and or pepper. So very cool. Maybe reading ahead is the rule here. It doesn't say to do anything with the kale right now, but yeah, knowing that I was going to need about half the lime, it's definitely beneficial in advance. So soon enough, I'm going to be trying something a little different. Don't know when, but I did print off a recipe that I got from an author's website. And if anybody knows me personally and cooking has ever come up, I have on occasion mentioned this book that I bought called Top Secret Recipes. And the chef's name is Todd Wilbur, chef and author of the book series. And what he does is he will take popular recipes from restaurants or and he clones them, and then he has previously published the recipes in books, and every once in a while you can grab 1 or 2 of them on his website. Really cool. And I've always wanted to try making pretzels. So I did, every whatever, he updates his blog with a free recipe. So he did pretzels the other day, or well, when I went last one on it. And yeah, so I'll try doing that. We'll see how it turns out on stream. Okay, I'm going to take about half this. I'm going to grab a small spoon. Grab half the finger line caviar, which makes sense now that I see why they call it caviar, because it looks like caviar. Half the soy sauce. That looks like half the soy sauce. Drizzle of oil. That's the drizzle of oil. And seasoned salt, pepper, not going to do that. And I'm just going to give it a little stir. That can go here. All right, moving right along. In a large pan, you can tell the rice is cooking. I can smell it. Smells good too. We're going to add oil, half the garlic, half the ginger. So right off the top, I'm going to go like that. Chop that ginger in half. Set that half aside. Grab this garlic piece. Set that aside. Add a drizzle of oil. And it's going to go on what? Medium? Oh no, that's the kale. Medium. So to me, medium's about a 4 on my stove. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I can really hear the the rice sputtering now, so that's up at a boil. That's going to be cooked shortly. Eventually, it's going to pop in the rice machine and done. Half the garlic and half the ginger. What am I doing with the garlic? Mince the garlic. I think grating might be the best bet. Is grating close enough to mince? Yeah. Yes, we're going to do that. I think mince is technically a fine chop. This is where the recipes are interesting. They're good enough for moderately competent cooks, but you do have to know the terminology. I attributed that back to, I want to go back some years, back to high school. That can go in there and teaching me how to do what the different definitions meant. Don't add finger, don't add finger, don't add finger. Don't add finger, no finger. Okay, that's good enough. Otherwise, there's going to be thumb pieces. Alright, so that is that. I'm going to set this right here for now. Set that down there and prop this back up. That's the cell phone, so I can read when people talk. Because the laptop's way over there. Another 2 feet. Add half the garlic and ginger. Cook 30 seconds to 1 minute until fragrant. Add kale and cook 1 to 2 minutes until wilted. Season with half the remaining spice blend, which I'm adding 1/3 of the spice blend to the rice when it finishes cooking. Then I'm adding half of the remaining. Math takes that to what? 2/3, 4/6. So I'm going to add, math. Then I'm going to add the remaining spice blend to the pork chops when I start cooking them. So I'm really happy that they use hard measurements for the spices. I don't know how much I got, but I need to add 1/3 and then half of the 2/3 remaining. It's an interesting, I don't have the word to describe what that smells like. It's not a bad smell. It's very aromatic. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to grab this cross-contamination device, stir up this garlic and ginger little concoction. In a little bit, I'm going to add the kale to that. For 2 minutes. Then it wants me to add it to the pot of the rice, which doesn't actually exist. What we will do is when I add the kale to the pan, I'll transfer the rice into this bowl, and then that's where everything's going to come together. So, moving right along, that looks like it's going to be good enough to count. I'm going to add the kale, check the rice. It's going to ask me to fluff the rice. I'll just stir this a little bit in the meantime. So just stirring that up. Now the kale is going to get cooked in here for about 2 minutes. Until wilted. Then add to the rice. Rice is almost finished. Have to find a way to transfer that. Then, after I do that, I'm going to take more oil, heat the oil, and throw the pork chops in it. Pork chops are going to get the spice blend, salt and pepper, 3 to 5 minutes per side. When there are 5 minutes left, so I'm cooking one side, 3 to 5 minutes per side, and then when there's 5 minutes left. So when I flip them, I'm adding just about everything else. Yeah, so I'm going to start on this garlic and the ginger again. This is the other half of everything that I've already prepped. Right. I just met my step goal by grating ginger. That's entertainment. Alright, that's the 2 minutes. So, we'll just take that off heat, pull that, put it over here. Now, somehow, I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to transfer the rice into the bowl, add the spice mix. Okay, so that's stuck to the bottom just a little bit. I'll take that as a sign of not enough water. Take that out. Get this out of the way. Leave it right there. Put that in with the dishes. Add the spice mix. So this gets 1/3 of the spice blend. I'm going to grab this. That looks about, just add a little bit less than this 1 teaspoon. Pour that back. That's going to go back over here. I'm going to mix that in with the rice. Whew, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, I can. Hot rice is very steamy. Fluff the rice and then set aside. I'm getting rid of that. I don't like that thing. Not getting rid of permanently, but not my favorite tool in the kitchen. And then add the kale. Pour that back. Another drizzle. Okay, this is for the pork chops. We ramp that temperature up a little. Ginger goes in there. Garlic's going to go in there as well. I'm going to get my finger one of these days. that's that. That is the ginger and the garlic. Thank you. Salt, pepper, combine with the rice. Now that the kale is in with the rice, and the rice has half the spice blend, I am now to add half of the remaining, or 1/3, and half of the remaining spice blend. Measurements are off because I didn't know. So the half of the scooped 1 teaspoon that went in with the rice was actually a little too much. And that goes that. That's going to sit. Now that that is done, let's stir that up with the oil. Might add a little bit more oil because I know the pork chops are going to stick to this. That's a little more oil. On medium-high. Add the pork chops. Right on top of what I just put in there. Also, I think I know who's talking to me. Maybe. Okay, so those are going to cook 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to watch the clock. It's alive. I can't chop and for 3 minutes. So you're going to sit here and watch while I don't know, what am I doing? I'm going to grab a fork and fluff the rice with a fork. Put that there. Did it backwards. So I'm supposed to add the ginger and the garlic after I flip them with a 1/4 cup of water. I'll add the water now. That's looking pretty good. Then after the pork chops are cooked, what we're going to do is after the 3 minutes is up, 3 to 5 minutes is up, I'm going to flip the pork chops. I'm going to add the remaining blend on top, add the rest of the 1/4 cup of water I estimated. Cook the other side of the pork chops, add the spice blend and the soy sauce. Yeah, I'll do that after. Occasionally spooning the sauce over that half, the top, the now cooked portion of the pork chop, and then it's done. We serve by dividing the rice in half. To be honest, it's going to be lunch tomorrow as well, so in third. With the glazed pork between the plates. Any of the pan sauce gets served on top of the pork, and then top it with the cucumber lime salad, and add a little bit of the lime caviar on top of the entire meal. So that is half hoisin sauce goes in now. Yep. Now, the hoisin sauce is actually quite thick. Oops, and I didn't add. Babe, what do I put your salmon in for? She's sleeping. Hoisin sauce. Alright, that is the hoisin sauce. That can go in there. Spice blend. That can go in there. Mix that up. Should have maybe added that beforehand, but close enough. Hoisin sauce we've used before in other recipes from the other box, the Hello Fresh boxes. You can check them out if you go on my Facebook page. If you're Facebook friends with me, you can check out some of my old videos where I am cooking, and some of the hoisin sauce is actually really good. I enjoy it, and I will probably be picking some up to add to our fridge and the multitude of sauces that we do have. Grab this here spoon. So essentially what's going on with the water is and the soy sauce and the hoisin sauce is it's reducing, so it's boiling off some of the extra water, so it's getting a lot thicker. I'm pouring it over, so it is going to develop into a fairly nice glaze. Yeah, it's starting to get nice and thick now. So the hoisin sauce tends to be fairly sweet. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a good taste. I enjoyed it. And then as we're doing the glaze, I'll probably give it a flip as well with these in here. And drop them right in the puddle of sauce that I've got here as well. And that should be nice and cooked. So we got 3 plates. She wanted salmon with hers. So the salmon is in the oven right now. The rice, didn't work out quite as fluffy as I wanted. I mean, we'll see what happened. But, I mean, it's still going to be good. I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to put 1 scoop in here. It came out very sticky. Very clumpy. Not light and fluffy. But, blame the chef. Okay. So I'm going to turn that heat off. The hoisin sauce is very reduced now. So I flipped the pork chops again just to get that final coat, that final glaze on there. And that should be good and cooked for those. I'm going to grab my cutting board, grab one of these pork chops just to give it a quick check to make sure it is fully cooked. It's still a little pink inside, so I'm going to leave it back on the pan. Now you can see the sauce, how thick it's actually developed, because that's stuck to the cutting board. There wasn't a lot of cucumber in the topping. That's fine in my books. It looks really good. If they give me a bigger cucumber, maybe a little more soy sauce, then that would have developed into something a little more substantial. Especially in this society where everybody's seeing eat more green. We'll see what happens there. Look at that boiling water made a mess of my stovetop. Turn it back on that medium-high heat. Alright, that should be good for the pork chops. Yeah, I mucked up the salmon. I should have put that on for her a little earlier. Alright, so that being said, I'm going to grab the other pork chop. Give that a quick slice. And that's actually really good now. I'm very happy with that. With that, I will put in my lunch for tomorrow. So I'll spread that rice out a little bit better. And I think I'm just going to leave it chopped in half. Just so it fits a little better. Put that there. Add some of the Hoisin sauce on top, the Hoisin reduction on top. That will go in the sink. Add a tiny bit of the cucumber lime salad as I dump a bunch of them on the counter. A little bit of the finger line caviar on top. That is going to be lunch for tomorrow. So, on the flip side, we have the other one, which I think, yeah, I might as well just finish cutting that in half. Not because I had to or because it said to, but because I had already sliced it in half to check on the cooking thoroughness. I'm going to grab the last of the reduction. So again, this is soy Hoisin with garlic, ginger, and a little bit of water that was left. That's just going to go right on top. It's going to be dark anyway. It looks burnt. Doesn't smell burnt. But it's dark. A little bit of water in the bottom of the pan. A little bit of the cucumber salad. Save the last bits. I'll put that on hers. Just off to the side. Then the last tiny bit of the finger-line caviar. Let's see if I can spoon some out for the camera. So we'll see if the camera captures it. It's a little obscure. I don't know. Kind of, where is it? I had some on my thumb. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. And that I will just set aside for her. It's like roe. It tastes like lime. So. That is mine. All right, so then we have the final product. And I'm looking forward to eating it. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like what you see, leave a comment. I'll check it eventually and do it again anyway. Thanks. Bye.